G'day folks, welcome back to Dune Awakening. Hope you guys are doing well. We're in Arakeen, still investigating all these murders. So obviously we started off investigating Austin Lath's murder, only to discover someone he knew, this Phaedra, I think her name is, Phaedra Vi, tried to blackmail him, and she is also dead somehow. So we've got a couple of murders, and then only to stumble across some kind of a banquet that is going on where almost everyone here is also dead. We do have potentially some witnesses to speak to try and discover what has happened. Now, somehow Subperfect Tours is also involved. How he's involved is still, I guess, questionable, and why he's kept some information from us is also a bit of a, I guess, a mystery, right? So we're going to have to try and discover as much as we can. Let's start with the butler over here.
Do forgive the mess. They died as they lived, loudly and with abysmal table manners.
And you are?
Butler to the late lordlings of this doomed affair. My talents include wine pairing, corpse counting, and feigning deference.
What happened here?
It began as a toast, ended as a cautionary tale. You may pick whichever part offends you the least.
I need a little more than that.
It's simple. Wine was poured, conversation flowed. Then, so did the convulsions.
I need to ask you some questions.
You will forgive my impertinence for pointing out there is a noble here who still draws breath, and her breaths are more important than my breaths. It would behoove you to speak with her while you can. I shall remain here, utterly loyal and inconsequential.
Alright. Yeah, he's got a point. There is one survivor, but they might be on their last legs, so we probably need to find that person first. Where are they? That person's dead. Are they not at the table? Here, maybe. No. Where is this survivor? In the back, maybe? Big kitchen with a big pantry. I think she's dead as well. Where's the person who's alive? Are they crawling on the floor? Well, maybe we just examine all of them. Maybe one of them might still be alive. Talk to the dying noble. It doesn't exactly give me a direction. Is this the person?
Oh, splendid. An audience. I was beginning to worry I'd die without one.
Sorry to bother you, Countess.
Countess? Did you just address me as Countess?
Count, Countess, you nobles all look the same to me.
Yes, well, to a dung beetle, every jewel is just another rock to roll in shit. I am a Marchioness, you sand-scuffed mistake. Address me properly, or go grovel at the feet of some baroness who breeds pugs.
Fine. Maroness. Maroness?
Good. We may proceed with the fiction that you were raised by humans instead of livestock.
So what's your name?
I was Eulalia Hawthorne, Marchioness,
Marchioness.
Patroness. And now I'm just the ghost of better parties and worse decisions.
And do you have any family to notify?
No one worth the effort. Just a pack of maulers fighting over my ruin. They'll whisper sweet poison behind my back, like always. At least death saves me from their petty scheming.
Let's get this mask off of you.
Hands off, you clod! You'll tear my face away.
It's stuck?
No. I'm still wearing it because it goes with my dress. Of course it's stuck. There are tiny barbed claws secreted within the mask. I saw Una Byrne try to remove it, and half her face came away before she fainted.
But why go to such lengths?
Idiot. The wine merely opened the door. But it was the masks that let death inside. Poison in the wine, poison in the mask. One to loosen the soul, one to pierce it. A double dose for double crossers. Leave the mask alone.
Why do you call them double crossers?
Because betrayal is their native tongue, dear. I watched them turn coats faster than courtiers shed morals. First for survival, then for sport. Let's just say, when money and memory are tied to the same grave, the living tend to grow fangs.
Just a few more questions.
By all means, prolong my suffering with your endless prattle.
Was Subperfect Tours here?
Tours? No, thank the stars. Another bureaucrat sniffing around. Precisely the kind of dull company I avoid.
Do you know who did this?
No. But whoever it was deserves a medal for culling the herd of those pretentious fools.
What happened here?
What happened? Fashion suicide, mainly. Graf Vero died smiling, the fool. Spilled his wine and his wit in equal measure. I do admire a man who keeps his mask on while choking.
How did it start?
With one of those ghastly little speeches nobles make when they think they're clever. Then came the toast. Then came the horror.
What was the toast?
This I remember with perfect clarity. She said it with that awful snark of hers, like she's been waiting years to raise the glass. She said, "To ghosts and ash, to the flames we escaped when we should have burned. Every breath since has been stolen, and tonight the debt is due." Hard to forget a toast that theatrical, and not just because it was the last thing I ever drank.
What was the speech about?
I wasn't really listening. Phaedra has a habit of mistaking volume for substance. And I've spent decades letting that woman drone on about guilt and ghosts. I didn't think this time would be different.
Okay, so Phaedra was here. And she delivered the toast. But then why is she dead in her own, hidden room in her apartment? So the speaker was Phaedra?
Our dear hostess Phaedra. And I do mean dear, given what it cost her.
Phaedra Vi? That's impossible. I just found her dead in her apartment.
Dead, did you say? But the toastmaster strutted around with her voice and mask like she owned the place. Typical Phaedra. Can't even die without making herself the center of attention. Bitch.
Okay. And Graf Vero?
Graf Ansel Vero. A bloated tick in a borrowed title. He died as he lived. Loud, ridiculous, and surrounded by people pretending to like him.
What color was the Graf's mask?
Blue. A coward's color. Fitting, really. He always did flee when anything required a spine. Or pants.
How are you still alive?
Turns out my precious toxin modulator works. Slows the venom, preserves the drama. I'll die last, bloated with envy and resentment. Just how they'd want me.
Hold on, I'll summon aid.
Oh, do not ruin this for me. I want to die with some shred of mystery, not flanked by bumbling concern. One last kindness, dear. My Mauler. Kill them all. They'll spend my death pawing through jewelry and gossiping in the kitchen if you don't.
Kill your Mauler?
It's a tradition, you know. The servants die with the mistress. Mostly forgotten now. Like manners and decency. But I rather like it. Please, kill the little wretches. Choke the life out of them before they sell my underthings for drink.
That's above my station, Countess. I'll see that someone with the proper authority hears your complaint.
Insolent child. See to it, or you'll find your own position precarious. I do not tolerate insubordination.
There's a certain dignity in knowing when to leave the stage, Countess. It's time for you to find yours. Okay, is she dead? It says that we can still talk to her. Report back to Dude Shaz. Wouldn't we want to start looking at the bodies, though? Examine the mask. You gently lift her shoulders and part her hair. Her mask was partially knocked loose when she fell, revealing mushy skin and raw, tortured flesh. Okay, this is the one that tried to remove the mask. Examine the clothes. She must have enjoyed flaunting her wealth, wearing several heavy gold necklaces with inlaid gems, a brooch, and too many bracelets. Steal a bauble or two? Really? Why not? The sheriff's watching. He squints at you suspiciously. You put her arm down slowly, very slowly. Okay. Okay, this one's not interactable. Let's examine. Poisoned wine, a carafe with wine. The wine served for the toast must have been poured from these. Let's use the snooper. I don't know if I'll like need to redo all of this if I do all of the examinations right now. A stout woman is slumped gracelessly against her chair. Her coif came loose when she died, leaving her hair looking unkempt. Examine the mask. Her mask is adorned with purple shapes. Her pale eyes are a thin line barely opened, and somewhat puffy. The skin around them a dull pink. Examine the clothes. Her dress is old-fashioned, even for the most conservative among aristocrats. The hems of the sleeves, while ornate, look frayed, stingy or broke. Check her pockets. Within her single pocket you find a blood-stained love letter to another noble's spouse, and a folded betting slip naming her various Mauler as wages. Alright, let's have a chat with Dude, the sheriff.
Let's have it.
I have some questions.
Spit it out.
You said you knew of some of these victims. Why?
I make it my business to know which flavor of aristocrat is stinking up my city. Most of them never set foot outside their compounds, but I keep a ledger. Names, habits, whispered threats. Helps to know who drinks what when they start dropping dead. Spit it out.
You seem to have a beef with sub-perfectors. Why is that?
It's more his beef with me. Or my kind, more specifically. Tors is old blood. Thinks blue veins and powdered wigs entitle him to obedience. I'm town Fremen, born and scarred. He sees that as an affront, calls me that Fremen thug. I call him what he is, a dried-out bigot in brocade. We make it work. Spit it out.
Did you know Phaedra Vi?
Only by reputation. Which is to say, scandal, disgrace, and the talent for ruining dinner parties from halfway across the galaxy. Heard she once tried to sue an entire planet for being vulgar. That about paints the picture. Spit it out.
Did you know Austin Lathe?
Know him? Sure. Drunk with a martyr complex, and a reading list that screams arrest me. He's mostly harmless. I dragged him out of gutters more times than I care to count, and left him there once or twice too.
I spoke with the Countess.
No blood or teeth marks. Good. Consider yourself formally initiated into the losing end of noble etiquette.
You didn't have to set me up like that.
She talked to you, didn't she? That's more than most get.
No thanks to you.
See, that's where you got it twisted. That woman's got venom for blood, and a title where her heart should be. She talked 'cause you annoyed her. Snapped her right out of that death spiral by reminding her just how much she hates lizard-browed provincials like us. Call it a success. You woke up the part of her brain still capable of sneering. The question is, did you learn anything?
She said Torres was not present at the banquet.
Well then, guess it was a party after all. Anything else?
She didn't like the guest next to her, Graf Ansel Viro. Said he was a boor who dumped a full goblet of wine.
Well, that's a wrinkle. Did the old bird say what color mask he was wearing? Back
said
where I'm
it
from,
was
yellow marks
blue.
a coward.
Okay.
But nobility tends to mistake fear for wisdom and wear it like gold. So find the wine stain next to a blue mask and you found our graph. We can work backwards from there.
Unfortunately, the butler cleaned the spill, and rather thoroughly at that.
Of course he did. Might want to run that scanner of yours. Find out where the wine hit the floor. Then we'll have our starting point. Bold choice bringing a discount snooper to a high-born massacre. Still, point it at the mess. Might surprise us both. Sort out where the graph ended up. Then we'll talk.
Alright. Let's figure it out then. Identify Ansel Viro among the dead nobles and report back. Use the snooper. A lot of these masks are blue though. Would this be the guy? A rotund man sits hunched over, blood dripping from under his mask over his bloated chin and onto the table below, forming thick, dark clots. Examine the mask. His mask is a dark shade of blue, entangled in a pattern of concentric circles surrounding beady eyes glazed over, captured in a moment of terror. And his clothes? His elegant coat is ill-fitting, a few sizes too short. A pink stain streaks his right sleeve, wet and diffuse, and a wet towel is sitting on his lap. Check his pockets. In one pocket you find a silver locket, its interior lined with a stiff, dark patch of something organic. Finally, you recognize the patch as a sliver of human scalp, hair still attached, pressed flat and worn as a keepsake of some private cruelty. Leave the item where it is. Okay. Doesn't say that we need to report back just yet though, so... Do I use the snooper here? Another blue mask. A lifeless figure slouches in an awkward pose that only death could endure, an uncomfortable silence draped across his form. As you move his arms to inspect his blood-stained satin gloves, you see something glinting between his clutched fingers. You pry them open. A tiny object falls in your palm, a pendant earring, clasping a vibrant azure teardrop gemstone in a delicate gold mounting. Let's have a look at the earring. Oh, okay. Oh, hang on. The earring seems to belong to someone in this room. Maybe there is someone who could tell you more about it. Examine the mask. He died with his eyes open, sky blue, like the color of his mask, adorned in complex shapes and forms. Earring, okay. Maybe she knows something about the earring. Nope. She's still alive, though. Let's use the snooper. What about this one here? Okay. The man lies contorted in his chair, holding a little unopened vial, maybe some generic antidote that the poor man did not have time to consume. A dark blue mask in a circular pattern. A hint of a beard curls up over the edge. The eyes are glazed over. A man of considerable wealth, judging by his extravagant display of layers upon layers of luxurious fabric, but nothing to identify him. In one pocket you find a shriveled finger joint wrapped in silk like a charm and a small vial of blood. I think we use the snooper there, we use the snooper there. Now, I feel like we've used the snooper everywhere. Can we not interact with this guy? Doesn't look like it. A woman sits with her hands on her lap, bloodied palms facing skyward. Her head is tilted towards the ceiling as if pleading with an indifferent god. Her mask sits askew, blood smeared from where her fingers clawed to tear it free, realizing too late the terrible mistake. Blood streaks her jaw and neck, dripping into her collar. Torn flesh gapes where the mask shifted, raw skin glistening in the dim light. Her collar and doublets are drenched in blood. She must have enjoyed taking care of herself, if you go by the exquisite elegance of her garment. Did I scan all of the vessels? I mean, I can try to do the snoopers again. Unless what I need to do is... maybe I need to do a scan of everything. Oh, hang on. There we go. Spilled wine substance was washed off near this body recently. This must be where the wine was spilled. So this is the guy. I think this is our guy. Can I just go back and report back?
Let's have it.
I think I know which dead noble is Graf.
Let's hear it.
Oh, okay. Right side of the room, I'm pretty sure.
First prize to the junior investigator. That fits the evidence.
What's the first prize?
A can of pressed slig. It's good on toast.
Ugh. What's second prize?
5 cans of pressed slig. The man chose his agent well. Always does, though. Got an eye for talent, that one. Well, meanwhile, I came up with 2 names of my own.
That leaves 8 to identify.
8 masked assholes dead on the floor. Drank their guilt, now they'll sin no more.
Any sign of Tors?
Haven't had the pleasure yet today.
Right.
Speak to Theophilus about Agade Yamari. That's what the note says. I suggest you find out what our buttoned-up friend knows before he forgets.
You talking about the butler?
Our resident astronomia-trained butler, Theophilus. You know, I heard a funny story about that school. Makes the best of the best servants, they say. But I heard in their final year, the students are paired off in twos and taught to observe each other obsessively. One of them graduates, the other disappears. It's never explained which is which.
Brutal. Alright, I'll go talk to the butler. Let's see what he knows.
Oh joy, you've returned.
A few questions about the guests.
Ah, just when the silence was beginning to heal.
Masks hide more than faces here. What's their story? Where do they come from?
Where do they come from? Same place as the lies they're meant to hide. Born in the rotting vanity of those too cowardly to show their true selves. Masks are just another way to pretend nobility isn't a disease.
So, you don't know?
No, I don't. Forgive me. My training prioritized service over tracing the costume habits of people born allergic to labor. Ah, just when the silence was beginning to heal.
I found this earring. Do you know who wore it?
If it reeks of desperation and mild opium, it likely belonged to the lady in the olive mask. She fancied herself mysterious. Mostly, she was just loud.
Tell me about her.
She was mid-squabble with the one in red. Something about inheritance or infidelity or seating arrangements. Hard to tell with that set. She dropped it in the fray and made no effort to return it. Ah, just when the silence was beginning to heal.
There's some spilled wine on the floor back there. You know anything about it?
The man in the sapphire mask believed he could hold court and chalice at the same time. He could not. I cleaned it. One more servant to fix what breeding fails to teach. He dropped his wine while gesturing about bloodlines as if his own hadn't already curdled. I cleaned it up. The wine came out, the stupidity did not. Ah, just when the silence was beginning to... Oh joy, you've returned. Nothing in this vast universe would please me more than to answer your questions.
Were you present when the toast was raised?
While I was in the room diligently pouring wine just prior, I'm afraid I was away during the actual toast.
Where were you?
I was checking on the status of the soon-to-be-served meal. You do understand my station, don't you? I was present for work, not leisure. Nothing in this vast
The table was
universe
set
would
for
please me
13
more than to
guests,
answer
but
your
I only
questions.
count 11 bodies. Do you know who left?
Pains me to point out the obvious to one of such cunning, but I was too busy performing my duties to note the ingress and egress of each guest. I was instructed to set the table and pour the wine for that amount of guests, and I did so. I did not, however, perform any sort of head count. Nothing in this vast
Do you know if
universe would
Subperfect
please me
Taurus
more
was
than
here?
I'm afraid I do not know of whom you speak. I certainly was not instructed to care about whom that name belongs to.
There's a note on the guest, a placement change for Agade Yimari. Why is that?
She was prone to a serious allergic reaction to a species of plant in our flower arrangement. She wished to sit as far away from it as possible. A common reaction to that particular flower. The wealthy chose aesthetic over practicality or safety. It's a wonder we can keep any of them alive.
Do you recall the color of her mask?
Alas, nothing pains me more than being unable to do your job for you. But I do not recall. I merely changed her seating arrangement prior to the gathering.
Do you happen to have that seating plan?
I regret to say that the seating arrangement was the casualty of a wine spilling incident by someone already deep in their cups.
I'll go investigate those flowers then. Right. Identify Agade Yimari among the dead nobles and report back. The flowers. Where are the flowers then? Oh. I didn't realize this guy was here. A man with dark hair lies against the wall, his hands on his hip, as if he had reflexively looked for the grip of an invisible weapon before dying. Have a look at his mask. Could this be Tor's? The man's mask, like the others, clings to his face. Its lacquered surface is an ominous shade of red. His style is more somber compared to the other guests. A black cape sticks out from under his body, a thin gold chain, the only visible sign of wealth. Yeah, it looks like he's wearing the same sort of uniform, right? Uniform? Suit? I don't know what you really call it. One of the pockets holds a delicately laced white monogrammed handkerchief with the initials MT. Okay. Let's take it. Handkerchief, okay. Maybe the butler knows something about it. So where are these flowers, though? Still can't interact with this guy. I think the flowers must be this, right? So, if she sits furthest away, it would be this person. I think. Purple mask, though.
Let's have it.
I think I've identified Agade Yimari.
Then let's have it.
Oh, okay, I thought it was purple. The dark blue mask on the right side of the room.
No. We just established that was the graph.
Oh.
Are you sure you're up to this?
Okay. I thought, because we're talking about, like, a female, maybe that was right. Okay, I guessed wrong. Must have missed something. Let's look again. Yeah, I mean, that's a purple mask, isn't it? Can I speak to the butler again?
Oh joy, you've returned.
Oh, okay.
Ah, just when the silence was beginning to heal.
Can you tell me anything about a handkerchief monographed with the initials MT?
While I don't know the specific name attached to that handkerchief, I do recall there was more than one name fitting those initials on the guest list. In any case, someone waved the handkerchief in question dramatically about while arguing over whose knowledge of wine vintages was supreme.
Can you tell me anything more about the bearer of the handkerchief?
Nothing else comes to mind, save that the handkerchief in question carried a distinct perfume, sweet if cloying.
Okay. I mean, I'll just try the other options here.
Let's have it. Then let's have it.
Yeah, I guess if she asked to sit furthest away... Maybe she's not even here.
No, that's not right.
Okay, fine.
Let's have it.
So let's do the other one. The olive mask near the bronze frieze.
No, that's not right.
What? Okay. So I don't even have options. Okay. Furthest away from these flowers. Surely it would be this person. Purple shapes. Am I missing any of the dead nobles somewhere? Unless I may need to scan stuff. Oh, hang on, what's going on here? Crate of unopened bottles of wine. Use the snooper here. So they're not all laced with poison. So perhaps only a guest would have done it as they came in. Maybe he clears the butler. Oh, hang on a sec. Examine the flowers. Blossoming flower heads in shades of crimson, reds, and warm bronzes. They pick up the light from the globes, forming an eerie, foreboding haze. We'll identify the species. Blood roses and fire flowers from Poratron. From their color, you determine that the roses are probably a genetic hybrid, beautiful and expensive. Reflect on their true significance. These flowers undoubtedly do not grow on Arrakis, and importing fresh flowers from across the universe is considered a distasteful show of wealth. Smell it? Strong smell, sweet yet spicy. You almost prick yourself on the thorns of a stem. Strange that these weren't cut. Use the snooper. No poison. Examine the guests. The butler said Agari Imari was allergic to the flowers and sat as far away as possible. Where could she be? I mean... the other table at the far end, right? A woman in a purple mask is sitting opposite the flowers. Now, I mean, that was my initial guess. I guess it didn't exactly come up in our options here with Dude.
Let's have it. Then let's have it.
Purple mask on the right side of the table next to an empty chair.
I'd say it's more of a Zaffrey violet, but that seems to align with my conclusions. Good work.
What's next?
I figured out one more.
And then there were 6.
That snooper thing of yours chirped like it knows something?
It did. It found poison traces in the wine.
Well done, friend. While you were nosing around, I confirmed that the caskets themselves were not poisoned. Meaning...
the wine must have been poisoned here.
That's exactly correct. Someone doctored the vino after it was delivered. Always nice when the killer's polite enough to attend their own massacre.
So, what now?
Turns out the wine was arranged by a man named Ambrose Lucifera.
Ooh.
Fancy name for a glorified errand boy.
Ambrose, yes, we know him.
I had him dragged in. Now's the time to go poke holes in his story.
Okay, I'll get onto it. Where is he? Oh, it's just like over here. Ambrose.
Please do me the courtesy of telling me why I am being detained. What's the charge? Supplying wine to a banquet? A decadent Arakeen banquet?
It would seem that you were involved in yet another set of murders.
Oh, balderdash, this is becoming intolerable. You've turned a juicy murder plot into something tedious. How could I possibly be involved with... Whom did you say was murdered?
Several nobles were poisoned at this very banquet, where you delivered the wine.
Well, now, see here. I merely arranged for the wine to be delivered. Everyone knows I have a knack for finding the best. These sealed bottles were poisoned.
Well, no. To be precise, the glasses were poisoned.
Oh, well, there you have it. I took no involvement in their glassware, merely in arranging for the reception of a very fine vintage. I trust this absolves me?
Perhaps. What can you tell me about the wine?
A rare vintage from the planet of Grenbel, home of the exquisite Maros deer. A libation so fine, even the most domineering Chussock snob would weep.
Do you have any alibis to confirm your whereabouts during the banquet?
Why, yes. Any of the staff of the Seleucid Bull, as well as a few of the regulars, can attest to my presence. My debauching is quite conspicuous.
Still, it's all suspicious given your past relationship with poisoned wine.
Do forgive my sharp tone, but have you become a complete cockwomble? It was you who set out to poison me. If anything, our history marks you as the more compelling suspect. I've let bygones be bygones, so mayhaps we let this line of reasoning die. Yes?
Very well.
Oh, goody, goody. With that unpleasantness out of the way, is there anything I can do to aid you in your remedial sleuthery?
Do you know anything about a stash of old Carthag valuables?
Well, I'm afraid I missed that slice of gossip, though it sounds delicious. Knowing nothing else, it leads me to one conclusion. If such a hoard exists, someone in old Carthag had prior warning to give them the time to gather such treasures and safely evacuate them. An intriguing notion.
Do you know anything about Theophilus, the Fremen butler?
He's what some call a town Fremen. Impeccable service, a full purple-gloved member of the Imperial Footmen's Guild. Still, he harbors a certain intensity behind his eyes when watching the nobles. Those of my status often ignore the help in their complexities. I do not make this mistake.
I could use some help identifying some of the dead nobles.
And now we are back to a morbidly fun game. Proceed.
Do you know anyone who uses a circular symbol pattern?
Could you be more specific on the colors of the pattern?
Blue and white.
Oh, they didn't kill poor Bartleby, did they? Let's just say that he wasn't burdened with the complications of a sharp mind. His bloodline is a bit too pure, if you catch my meaning. Demeanor of a slack-jawed groundling, but a sweet man.
No Bartleby on my list. Very well. I don't think I have any more questions.
Before you go, I did pass on a note to one of the guests. You'd have to ask Theopolis about the recipient.
A note?
Rowella Ramsby. She inquired about a particular vintage of wine, feigning expertise, but that woman wouldn't know Amontillado from sherry.
Very well. Okay. Talk to the butler about Ambrose's note.
Oh joy, you've returned.
I have some questions about Rowella Ramsby.
That name does not mean anything to me, but I will endeavor to answer as best I can.
I understand you passed a note to Rowella on behalf of Ambrose.
On behalf of whom?
Ambrose Lucifera. Tall man, goatee, colourful clothes and demeanour.
Ah, yes, the drunken peacock.
Drunken peacock?
The man dresses like a walking dessert tray and talks like he's auditioning for a play no one asked for. What would you call him?
You've captured his essence perfectly. Did you deliver a note for this intoxicated poultry?
Now that you mention it, I did. The recipient was a woman wearing a terracotta-colored mask.
Terracotta, okay. Any idea what it said?
I serve drinks, not plot lines. I neither read it nor wept over it.
Is that all?
Afraid so.
Alright, well, I have a look at their bodies then. Identify Rowella Ramsby among the dead nobles. Alright, terracotta mask. I think this is one of them, right? Search for the note. So the note's not on her body. Look closer at her hands. You notice that the index finger of her otherwise impeccably manicured right hand is, in fact, missing. Ah. Didn't we have a guy who kept a finger? Like this guy. Shriveled finger joint. Okay. Maybe there's no connection, or maybe there is. Maybe we have to come back to it. Terracotta mask. Search for the note. No note can be found on her body or on her clothes. All right. Strange. Oh, hang on, there's something behind us here. Like, handprint. Traces of a handprint. One finger is missing. It would be that woman over there, right? What about this guy? How are we not examining this person here who's fallen down? Surely this finger has something to do with it. Yeah, possibly it's this woman. Let's just report back for a second.
Let's have it.
I talked to Ambrose Lucifera.
Very good. Was he still crying?
No, and it doesn't seem like he had anything to do with it. He did give me something useful, though.
Don't keep me in suspense now.
He passed on a note to Rowella. I've talked to the butler.
Good instinct. Keep pulling at threads.
I
We'll get
believe
somewhere ugly soon
I've
enough.
identified Rowella.
All right. Let's hear what you've turned up.
Not right at the flower. Yeah, the terracotta mask lying on the floor near the entrance.
Yes, that fits. Another off the list.
You cross any names off the list?
Let's see here. If Rowella Ramsby was there, that means the other terracotta has to be...
Don't leave me in suspense. We're down to 2, right?
2 masked assholes dead on the floor. Guess the toast hit harder than they bargained for.
Who's in the second terracotta mask? Was it Tors? Probably not.
Calm yourself. We'll get there soon enough. Gotta build suspense.
Let's stay quiet.
One of the remaining 2 guests is Lady Bianca Baghetti, a puffed-up hanger-on from a disgraced minor house.
Hanger. Dead. Check. And?
That means the last dead asshole is... Sub-Prefect Tors.
Yeah. Oh, sub-prefect. I keep saying sub-perfect. Bloody hell. Every time I see those words, I'm like, sub-perfect? Ah, Jesus. Alright, so he is dead.
No. I mean, Tors is here. Good afternoon,
Oh.
Sub-Prefect.
Jeez. Appeared out of nowhere.
There you are. Report.
Sub-prefect.
Don't look so slack-jawed. Who else were you expecting?
Your name was on the guest list.
I was delayed. A pity. Perhaps I might have averted this... unpleasantness.
Or you might be dead as well.
A grisly thought. One I've already entertained.
You didn't tell me I was investigating your people.
They are no more my people than you are. I watch them as Fenring commands, though their antics hardly inspire admiration.
But your name was on that cargo manifest.
What manifest?
The list of spoils taken before the destruction of Carthag.
Carthag. There it is. Motive. The killer is eliminating the survivors of old Carthag one by one.
Why?
Revenge. Concealment. Or the quiet removal of a dangerous truth that could unpick alliances from here to Kaitane.
Like, who ordered the destruction of Carthag?
Indeed. And if you've a name for the hand that signed that order, now would be the time to share it.
No. But I know who carried it out. Our dead engineer, Austin Lath.
There it is. Motive, opportunity, and means. Our assassin isn't merely killing, they're closing the book on Carthag.
And you're next. The killer is coming for you.
Yes. And how do you suggest I handle this? What have you learned of their methods?
The killer is a ghost, in and out with a trace, or without a trace. No one sees a thing.
Then having failed here, where is our ghost's next haunt?
Your office in the Imperial Wing? To finish the job?
Then I must go. To catch a killer.
I'm coming. You'll need help.
Don't be a fool. One sight of you and our ghost, as you call it, will vanish. Better you leave them to me.
This is rash, Tors. A Cheops player would plan every move. Patience.
Yes, well, I never much cared for Cheops.
Wow, okay. That took quite a bit of time. I seriously thought Sub-Prefect Tors would be one of the dead people, though, because one of the guests wore exactly the same stuff that he wears constantly. Alright. So, we just need to follow Tors. Where, though? Down there somewhere. Let's go downstairs.
There's nothing here. The killer saw us coming. Now the trail is cold, and we're going to have to report our failure to Count Fenring. You've been an adequate assistant. I'll put it all in my report. You can leave now and report back to whoever it is you report to. Stop! In spite of everything, the Master still wants you alive. To fulfill your mission. Find the Fremen. Wake the sleeper. I still recognize you. Even with this face. Even with this flesh. You move like you always did. Smile like you always did. Don't follow me. I have a mission of my own.
And if you get in my way, I'll put you down. We can always grow you again, after all.
Face dancer. What the hell? Oh man. Alright. So Sub-Prefect Tors is dead. I guess we just need to report back to Fenring. I don't know if we'll actually get to speak to Fenring, but let's go see Alara immediately. That means we need to go to Hako Village, don't we? Right, back in Hanavars. Let's go under the Cone of Silence. See what Alara has to say. Oh, a lot of the textures are popping in there.
Oh look, the kitten is back. Do we have business?
I want to speak to the Count.
No. Without other orders, you report to me. Tell me what happened in Arakeen.
The murderer was a Bene Tleilax face dancer.
A face dancer? I've heard of them, kitten, but never expected to have to deal with one. What did it want?
At first, I thought it was killing off survivors from Old Carthag, but I wonder if it was just after revenge.
Revenge? For what?
I don't know. Fenring said the Bene Tleilax destroyed Old Carthag to cover their tracks. Perhaps finishing the job?
Perhaps, kitten. The destruction of Old Carthag was a catalyst for many changes on Arrakis. Who knows what sparked it? But come now. I've heard nothing of a captured face dancer in Arakeen. So I assume the creature is dead.
No. It killed sub-prefectors and escaped. I couldn't follow it.
I see. So one of the Count's best men is dead, and the killer has escaped. I like you, kitten, but this is a failure. The Count will not be pleased.
What now?
I will pull my network and try to find out where this creature went. I will confer with our employer and contact you when I have more information.
Finally. I've been trying to find a moment to contact you, but Mother is relentless. Luckily, she's distracted by a social event, so I can get out of the palace for a few hours. Can you meet me at the Seleucid Bull in Arakeen? Same table as last time.
Seleucid Bull. Okay, well, I guess we need to go tell Ari the bad news about Zantara, because we haven't exactly delivered the news to her. The fact that he's now dead. I think, considering where we're at with this episode, we should call it. I wasn't expecting another full episode of murder investigating, but here we are. And I think maybe this is a good opportunity to pull the brakes on the main storyline for now, and we can focus on doing a few other bits and pieces, such as, well, I mean, there's the base expansion, which I keep wanting to do. So, yeah, we'll try to do a little bit more of that. Maybe clear out a few more, you know, mob bases and all that sort of stuff for some intel. And, I mean, there's still some trainer quests that we have to do as well, right? So, anyway, hoping you're enjoying things, guys. Drop me a like if you are, stay true, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.